Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to Rotten Tomatoes Month on here on my YouTube channel. And we are almost halfway home. We're a week away from summer, and I'm going to review this fall movie that came out in 2011. I think it's really underrated. It got a ton of hate when it came out. I don't get it. It's not as bad as the Twilight movies. I know this actor's not great, but I like this is one of the few things he did post Twilight that was actually not as horrible as people say it is. Abduction. They stole his life. He's taking it back. And I don't hate Taylor Lautner in this movie. I'll say why. Here's the synopsis. Taylor Lautner explodes on screen as a young man whose secret past is set to collide with a dangerous reality. After uncovering a deadly lie, Nathan Taylor Lautner is propelled on a lethal, no holds barred mission to the truth, learn the truth. Aided by a devoted family friend, Sigourney Weaver, who is pretty decent in the movie. She's in a few scenes. Nathan's hunt for the facts pits him against ruthless assassins and questionable allies. Yeah, this movie's a lot of fun. I saw this movie in the theater with my sister back in 2011. I don't hate this movie. It got a 4%. 4. Not 40, not 34, not 50. A 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. Really, Rotten Tomatoes, this movie is worse than the Emoji Movie? Really? Really? This is not a classic. I saw the film in the theater. I have problems with it. It has a shit ton of problems, but it is way better than the Emoji Movie. It's way better than freaking, like I said before. It's better than Fembusters. It's better than freaking Tammy or other action movies. I'd rather see this than Brolo because this has some balls. It has a PG-13 movie that has an F-bomb and it has some decent action in it done by a good director, John Singleton. And it's his movie. It's not edited to crap and it feels like a second movie. No, it really works. And there are some problems. Like I said, it's the PG-13 doesn't hurt it because there is some blood in the movie. There's some violence, and also the villain is he's so. It's an actor here. What was his name? Something Berquist. He was the guy, the villain in Mission Impossible 4. He could may he rest in peace. Yeah, Nyquist or something like that. He's a Swedish actor. He passed away, I think, like last year. He's the villain, so he's not that great. And also, the lead girl in this movie is horrible. I said that when I saw it in the theater. We have the freaking DR of freaking action films from the early 2010s, and that is Lily Collins. Oh my God, she's horrible in this movie. She plays the dumbest freaking girlfriend for Taylor Lautner ever because there's a scene in the film that literally they're on a train and they're being tracked. They said not to use their cell phones and not to use anything that could track them their location on the train. And she's so stupid that she calls somebody on their cell phone, and then there's a kissing scene that is way too long with her and Taylor Lautner just taking their clothes off and kissing each other. I said, okay, come on, this scene is getting too long. You're on the clock. Get back to the action. And then she's like, and after that, she's like, oh, you know what? I'm hungry. I want to go get some food. And I'm like, dumbass, you should stay in the freaking train car. Why would you want to keep you be an easy target for freaking assassins? You dumb shit. And then a guy gets her from behind and kidnaps her. I'm like, she's the dumbest freaking lead girl in this movie. Yes, at least Sigourney Weaver is tough and kind of badass that she takes Nathan into the van and talks to him about stuff, and she knows how to camouflage with balloons and everything. She does what she can. Maria Bello's in the movie. She plays a small part as Nathan's adopted mother, and also Jason Isaac is in the film in a brief scene. Yeah, he's a Brit. He was Draco Malfoy's father in Harry Potter, so that's what you know him from. And Alfred Molina's decent in this. Does an American accent. I think he's fine. He's not gonna win awards for it, but he does a decent job. But yeah, like I said, Lily Collins is horrendous. I'm glad she was not in the Evil Dead remake. It would have sucked anyway with her because she can't act. She doesn't even look like her father. She has like big dead eyes. She has dark hair, which I do like dark hair, but I just don't like her in the film. She's not likable. She's very stupid in the movie. She's constantly having to be kidnapped, and then of course Taylor Lautner has to go rescue her because he's trying. Like if you see the stunt work in this movie and some of the decent action, Singleton did a good job filming. It's not like the movie is badly acted or it's not like it's like it has horrendous CGI. I think it looks fine for the budget that this movie costs. It costs about 40 million. Yeah, I'd rather see it than Solo because Solo is nothing but CGI, and you got a lead that nobody wanted, and it's a movie that's over 2 hours long. You know how long this movie is? 1 hour and 46 minutes. Come at me with your freaking oh, Disney Wars is way better because it's got a better cast, blah blah blah. It's got CGI, it's got this, it made more money. Yeah, but it's way longer. It's a bigger investment of your time. This is an less than 2 hours. It's perfect. You went with the running time. You don't need it to go for 2 hours when there's a lot of exposition about Nathan's family left him when he was a kid. Maria Bello and Jason Isaac took him in so that he wouldn't get spotted and killed off like his parents did. So yeah, and Taylor Lautner shows some emotion in this movie. It's not horrible. It's not a 4%. Trust me, guys. Trust me on this one. It is not a 4%. Those are like some of the worst movies ever made. This is not one of them. I think it's overlooked. It's decent. I don't think it's the worst movie of not even the worst movie of 2011. I think Sucker Punch is way worse. That was a slap in the face. It had a kick-ass trailer and yet the movie ended up being a total slap in the face, and so underwhelming. I like this movie. It's not perfect. It's got a ton of problems, but it's got a decent cast, decent action. The pacing is not so bad. There's a black guy in this movie that looks like John Boyega. Yeah, he looks just like him, except he's American and looks a little bit like Mike Tyson, and he actually can act. And there's a scene in the beginning of the movie where him and Taylor Lautner are on a car. Taylor Lautner's like playing with, he's playing on the windshield of the car. He's like car surfing. Don't try that at home, by the way. Don't ever try something that dangerous because it's professional stunt work. It's not you know, something that you should ever attempt, like at a jackass stunt. But anyway, the film is fine. Like it's not R rated, but it has its moments. I mean, it's not the worst movie I saw in 2011 in the theater. It came out in like September, and I thought, hey, it's fine. It's not horrible. And the film, it has it has a lot of things in it that I liked. I liked the freaking, the lead actor is not. I know in Twilight he's horrible, but everybody was horrible in those movies. Even the good actors that were in it had to say horrible dialogue. Here, it's more bearable. It's got more action. It's faster pace. It's shorter. And even though Lily Collins sucks in the movie, at least she's not the lead. And bad things happen to her, so it's not like she goes unscathed like other people in other franchises I've seen. And yeah, the movie is well shot. There's no shake. There's not as much shaky cam. I can see what's going on. The locations are pretty cool. That there's like the scene in the stadium there's some tension there. The scene where he's sliding down the building, that was freaking awesome. I like that scene. The score is pretty good. The soundtrack is all right, and yeah, the film is decent. I don't think it's a 4%. Give me a break. I've seen way worse than this. I've seen some DC movies that were way worse than this. Like Catwoman is way. That's a bigger embarrassment because that was a DC movie that had potential and it fell on its face. This at least has its merits. And if you have never seen this movie, I would say see it for once. It's not going to kill you. I've seen way freaking worse with Taylor Lautner and with other actors from Twilight like Robert Pattinson and freaking Kristen Stewart. They cannot act at all. Can't freaking stand them in other movies as well because it's just their faces bother me like somebody else. But anyway, Abduction is decent. It's a PG-13 romp. It doesn't have the best. It doesn't have the best supporting actress, but I rather watch this than anything that Taylor Lautner has recently done. Like Grown Ups 2, hell no, I wouldn't want to watch that. He did another one that he did parkour in. I think it's called Skip Tracers or something like that. And I thought it was decent, but I thought this was better because it had a bit more action to it. It had a better leading girl, but that's about it. Here, I'll take what I can get. I was entertained, so I'm not going to say, oh, that was the worst movie I've ever seen. I was entertained, so despite the flaws, it has definite flaws, but I can watch it. I want to watch it again. It's been a while. But it's a fun movie. It's not shut your brain off, have some popcorn, drink some soda or water or juice or whatever, and just enjoy a fun movie. Don't think too much about it because, like, is it cliche? Yes. Is it predictable? Yes. Taylor Lautner's not going to die at the end, but like I said, it's not like he became an action star after this. It's not like he did 10 action movies like Seagal does every year, and then he's dubbed over and he's fat and he can't even do fighting anymore. At least Taylor was young in this movie and he kicked ass and he tried. So that's more than I can say for some other actors. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. I'm glad you've been enjoying my videos. I'm trying to do as many as I can before June is over. I still got more on the plate. There's still a lot of movies I got to rotten, and this was fun. I'm glad I'm doing something different this year. Because I've done a lot of sequels and movie chronological movies like from the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. It was good to do something different. And hey, I don't always agree with Rotten Tomatoes, but when I disagree with them, I can also respect their when they give a certified fresh to certain movies and shows. Because we can agree to disagree, but we can also agree on certain things as well. So they're not the worst website on the internet when it comes to rating movies. There are way freaking worse. And you know, despite my problems with this movie, I can still watch it over some of the crap that I saw that same year. And it's fun, and it's not perfect, but it has a lot of merit, and I can watch it. So that's good enough for me. So thanks for watching, and take care, and I'll see you in the next review.